Whoa.
Hit me!
Alright. It's Hernando. This is NorCalCyclingNews.com, another video blunder. So it's June 30th, 2010, almost into July. We're getting ready for that cyclocross season, can't be here soon enough, but a summer of hot road racing, some mountain biking still in the action and in the air, and of course the velodrome is always ready for you. So last week of June, let's do our first session of this week's Hernando's and Hernand Damn. So this week's Hernando goes to Brooke Miller. Oh, Brooke. So VeloNews.com, I'll just do the high-tech interwebs interface. That's right, VeloNews.com. You know, they do their shtick over and over again. Good magazine, good and improving web interface under the guidance of Ben Delaney. Nice job. But this particular article by Brian Holcomb certainly doesn't paint a pretty picture of a young Miss Miller. Miss Miller is quoted as deranged, basically, well, shit-talking. That's what she's doing. She's just, it's coming out of her butt, it's diarrhea-ish, it ain't smelling good, and she spews it all over the peloton. So, not quite that bad, but the exact quote, and shall we consult the interwebs? We wanted to make the race hard because it's dangerous when you have a flat four-corner race and a lot of riders that don't know what they're doing. Oh. Don't. You just don't say that. You might think it, but you don't say it. And certainly not to Brian Holcomb, apparently, because he'll print it. Anyways, it was said in haste, and there's more in the article. You can check it out on VeloNews.com. I won't link to it, because it's not really worth the time. But if you do want to comment on it, please remember to try to be civil. Some of them aren't. But in any case, Brooke Miller is a classy girl, and she raced her ass off, and unfortunately she fell on it in that race and crashed. So that's just what happens. We're talking about Elite Nationals criterium. Tibco certainly was hungry for getting the jersey back on their shoulders, but it was all peanut butter and company, and they earned it. You can't take that away from them, and which Brooke did not. However, she did cost a little aspersion on some riders, which just wasn't necessary, and just was not, is not what a professional should be doing, in my opinion. But who the hell am I? Anyways, let's move on to the Hernand Dayams. That's right, Dayam is right, because the first Dayam we're looking at is, consult the interwebs, Whammo. Who is that bit of hotness? Well, that's Mary Glenn Carrasco. That's right, Lala. Who? Well, I'll tell you who. Lala Carrasco. She has begun riding maybe 3 years ago, and she was at the Beat the Clock event at the Velodrome on Sunday. Well done, well run event. Brian Peterson, Pat Bennis, I can't remember her name, but I will find it and I'll link it somewhere. But the folks who do the Beat the Clock series up on Cañada Road, I believe, the time trial series, they do it for a good cause, cancer research funding. And Lala posted some of the fastest times. She actually weighs about 48 pounds, and she's about 3'6", and she's a Filipino assassin is what she is, because she whooped my ass in the 500 meters. Oh, man. Getting beat by a third grader in the 500 meters. That's right, that's what she did. She stomped me like a bag of grapes. But it goes to show just how much improvement can happen, because Lala came into this sport with almost no biking experience, and has just kept at it, kept training, kept working hard, and we're seeing the benefits, because this woman very likely will go to nationals and have a good chance at doing a top result in the 500 meters, maybe even the 200 meters, so great job, Lala Carrasco. Next, Hernan Dayam goes to somebody else. I'll show you on the webs. One moment, please. It's going to be this guy right here. Whammo! That's right. That is Nicholas the Sleeper Harder, the Brave Harder. We're talking about the guy from Penbello Pomodoro. Last Friday night, he was at the Hellier Velodrome, and he stomped a couple of seasoned professionals. We're talking about Ben Jacquemains and David McCook. Those two guys went 3 and 2, but number 1 on the podium was that guy, Whammo, Cutie himself, Nicholas Harder. A bag full of man meat in a skin suit. Let me tell you, that guy was so brave in the points race. He went off early with about 6 other guys. They snuck away, but they powered, and then as the chase came from behind by a lot of horsepower, he stuck it out, stayed out there, won a few more sprints, and was tied. That's right, it was a three-way tie going into the final missing out. Now, the missing out is, if you don't know about it, you need to know about it because it's the best event at the track. Well, there was a three-way tie between Nicholas Harder, Ben Jacquemains, Pro Tour legs Ben Jacquemains, and David McCook. Now, David McCook is almost unbeatable in the missing out, but somehow, some way, Nicholas Harder won the missing out, and it was beautiful to see. The crowd went nutso. I went nutso. I was announcing and almost peed myself. And so it was really cool to see Nicholas Harder getting his first Friday night Omnium victory. And if you don't know what an Omnium is, you don't know what Friday nights are, if you don't know what San Jose Velodrome is, it's Hellier, it's you need to be checking it out. And that leads us to our final, Hernan Dayum. It's because Steve Jones and Barrett Osman have taken up the mantle, and we're getting more and more promoters going out there at Hellier, and there's going to be some Tuesday kind of semi-intro racing days available. It's awesome. If you go to a few of the beginner sessions, introductory sessions, they're on Saturdays and Mondays, you can qualify basically by just doing a few of those, 3 of them, and you will be able to race your bike, your track bike. You can rent a track bike, by the way, for only $5. Damn! $5, and it gets you access to a pretty damn cool bike, and with no brakes, which is the best way to ride, and you can race it up. There's descriptions on all the races. You can go to check it out at ridethetrack.com. But thanks again to Steve Jones and Barrett Osman because they're promoting Tuesday night track events. And you don't even need a USA Cycling license to participate in those. It's under another insuring body, ATRA, and so it's fantastic. So that's it. That's this week's Hernan Dos and Hernan Dayums. But we do need to talk about the upcoming events for this week real quick before our YouTube time runs out. This week's events, Leesville Gap Road Race. Ooh, shudder. That's right, Leesville Gap. It's always about 150 degrees out. Very long, very challenging race. It's for the true road race hard men and women of NorCal to go out there and shine. So dig it up. And then, of course, the Davis Criterium. Davis Criterium, July 4th. It's the classic. It's one of the true gems of NorCal, and so we'll see who's going to be taking the glory. I will be doing some picks later this week. That's right. I will be prognosticating to try to divine what those results will be. And of course, the Oakland Grand Prix has been canceled. The Meserly trial is looking to probably have their closing arguments on Thursday. That's the BART shooting. If you don't know about that, get out of your rock, or get from out under your rock. But Leibold has put up a substitute event. It's called the Big Lumber Criterium, and you can check it out, as in all things, on the calendars for both road, track, and mountain bike at ncnca.org. So check that out. And speaking of mountain biking, one last, actually kind of a Hernan Dayum, it goes to NorCal Mountain Bike Racing, the blog that just don't quit. If you ever wanted to know anything about NorCal mountain biking, this is the place. Let me show you right here real quick. Whammo! That's right, NorCal Mountain Bike Racing.blogspot.com. I know, it's hard to remember, but just check it out, because this guy, or girl, or guys and girls, whoever runs this thing, phenomenal. So great job. This blog has been around for a couple of years, and it's just the resource for dirt riding. It is the resource in NorCal. So that's it. Thanks for wasting some more time. Hopefully I'll get this posted. If not, that's right. So have a good one. See you rest.